right, welcome back, folks. It is week 16 in the NFL season. And just like I said last week, usually once a year, there's an issue. Either Mclovein can't be here with me, or I can't do something, or whatever. Well, this week, it's even worse. I'm sick as hell. I got to get over this by tomorrow for work, obviously, but I'm in rough shape. I was able to at least walk to the game room to be able to film this for you guys. But I've been literally in bed. Thank God Runaways Season 2 came out today. So I've been binge watching that. Assassin's Creed update. So Assassin's Creed, I'm now like 107 hours into the game. Good news is I'm now into the main story. Bad news is I still have a shit ton left to do, it seems. So I don't think I've ever played a game that long for as many hours as that has been. 107's got to be a record. I was planning on filming an intro for you guys with the time there just to prove it, but I was wicked sick, obviously, and I wasn't going to show my face on camera. You guys don't want to see it anyway, so we got the audio going for today's show, or this week's show, I should say. Mclovein, update on him. He is back home with his family in Rhode Island, obviously due to the death of his grandmother. That's what ended up happening. So I know a lot of you in the comments section gave your thoughts and prayers. He appreciated that. And again, we're not going to have him on this show this week, but I do have his picks, and we're going to go into that. So let's go into last week's games real brief. Chargers, huge come-from-behind win over the Chiefs. That was a game Kansas City could not have afforded to lose. They could have wrapped up the AFC West right there. But they don't, and now that they're tied, Kansas City still has a tiebreaker, but anything can happen. Chargers look like a good team, and Chargers could be a sleeper hit. If their defense can play the way they've played, they could go to the Super Bowl. I mean, they're that good. They're a quiet, sneaky good team, so good for them. Texans took care of business against the Jets. I picked the Browns last week. They won. Good for them. 6-7-1. They're still in the playoff hunt, I think, for a wild card. I could be wrong. I haven't looked at the updated playoff picture, but we'll find out in a minute. All right, and then Sunday's games. We had the Falcons molest the Cardinals. Bills come from behind win over the Lions. They had a 13-7 lead going into the fourth quarter in Buffalo, but I picked the Bills to win. They ended up winning, so good for them. I was wrong on the spread, though. Bears clinched the division against the Packers. I thought that would happen, and they did. Bengals blow out the Raiders. I don't understand why the Raiders, I don't get it. I don't understand it. One week they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, and the next week I think it was in Pittsburgh, and the next week they go to Cincinnati and just get blown out. I just don't get it. Cowboys, another team I didn't get. I had them plus 10 in my parlay, and they got shut out by the Colts. It's not like the Colts defense is a 2000 Ravens here, so again, I don't really understand it, but then it's Jason Garrett, so I do understand it. Vikings blow out the Dolphins after the offensive coordinator firing, so we'll see what happens with them. Titans shut out the Giants, did not see that coming. The Titans are a funny team. One week they look like they're world beaters, the next week they look like they shouldn't be in the NFL, but for Abel, 8-6, Jekyll and Hyde. Redskins beat the Jaguars. I think I made a comment last week on the show where during the spreads I said I don't care who plays quarterback for the Redskins, Jacksonville's a mess. And for some reason, I ended up taking Jacksonville to win the game. I don't know why. So that was a stupid part on my end after I took Washington plus the points. And they obviously covered, and they beat Jacksonville. Baltimore beat Tampa. In overtime, nobody saw this coming. 49ers beat the Seahawks. I don't understand why, I don't get it. San Francisco, you want a decent draft pick? What are we doing here? I saw the Pats-Steelers game. I got home in time to see it. It was unacceptable. Just unacceptable. So, look, I've said it for weeks. Nobody wants to listen to me. I'm a negative fan and everything else. The Patriots are fucking horrible. And now Josh Gordon's indefinitely suspended by the NFL, which basically means that the Pats are done. Look, if they better be able to beat, I think they'll beat Buffalo and the Jets, but it ain't going to be a 28-10 situation. It's probably going to be a field goal at the end of the game. That's how bad the Patriots are. and so bad that they might have to play on Wild Card Weekend. We basically need Houston to somehow lose one of their next two, and we need to win out to be able to get at least a second seed. Eagles upset the Rams. Did not see that coming. Look at Foles. I mean, Foles, magic of Foles. And Saints barely get by Carolina. Cam Newton is now shut down for the rest of the year because there's no sense in him playing. Now, breaking news. This I did not know. I didn't know Peterman was cut by the Bills. Apparently he was earlier in the year. But he's signed by the Raiders. And then Matt Barkley has a 2-year contract extension through 2020. So Matt Barkley could be a decent little find there for Buffalo there. We'll see. But yeah, that was last week. I mean, look, topsy-turvy week. And, I just don't, By the way, I read an interesting stat. Patriots rush defense giving up 4.99 yards a rush, which is the worst in Belichick's history, I believe. Celtics are home tonight against the Bucks, the 21-9 Milwaukee Bucks. We're probably going to get molested even though we're at home because for some reason we got molested by Phoenix, who was 7-24 coming into that game. So, let's go into the comments section of last week. Let's do that. And let's see who commented what. Let's see. Angus Johnson, I appreciate this. This was a late comment, but he says, so glad that EDP gave a shout-out to this channel and I discovered it. I said, thank you. He said, no problem. You really deserve more subs, man. Great channel you get there, though still growing. Matt Godfrey realized he forgot to put his Chiefs pick in, or Chargers pick in for Week 15. That's an automatic loss. And he's not disqualified because he put all his picks in. He just forgot one, so that's a loss. Yes, anything that's cool, awesome. Just seen the standings are incorrect. Every W counts, and that's why I'm posting this. Adama44 should be at 134 and 74, not 135 and 73. He should be tied with me in second place. Amazement 717 should be in first going into week number 15. Why Adama44 should be in second place, tied with me going into week number 15. Then he typed all his picks and gave me who won and who lost. That's 9 losses. If he was in week number 14, 127 and 65. He should be 134 and 74 in week number 15. Please check, appreciate you, and he was right. So I told him he was right, and it was fixed. Now all of a sudden my internet's not working. This is super. Vaddix says he won another week. Woohoo! I double-checked Vaddix. You and Mclovein finished 8-8, so again, ties don't count. And then he asked me, did Mclovein pick the Dolphins or the Vikings? I said it was in the video, and he did, but it didn't say. Well, it did say he picked Minnesota. Then Vaddix commented on the first second of the video. He caught a glimpse of Luna the dog, so that was a good call by him. Yee Nation, Andy, yes, I'm talking about those same Dolphins that I wanted all fired. I'm tired of mediocre or less than seasons, but I'm still going to cheer for them. I'm sure there's a lot you don't like about the Pats right now, and people you would fire in your organization too. Just a passionate fan, just like everyone else fins up. No, man, I get where you're coming from. I wouldn't fire anybody on the Patriots. If anything, Belichick just needs to do a better job in the draft. He's walking around like his dick's 25 inches, and he can, but at some point that dick ain't going to work anymore, whether it's 25 inches or not. And so, the last few drafts he's had have been horrific, and there's no depth anymore, and everybody got older. It's one of those things where it's nice to believe that there's this magical potion with Tom Brady and Julian Edelman and Gronkowski, but I think that window is pretty much drying up. Gronkowski does not look like he's normal. I don't think he'll ever look like he's normal. Edelman's, all the hits he's taken over the years, he's a small guy. And Brady's 41. I'm not saying I'd still take Brady over half the quarterbacks in the league easily, but I don't think it's really Brady's fault. Everybody's talking about his arm strength, and he didn't have any zip to his passes. First of all, he definitely did. Everybody dropped the passes. And number two, the offensive line couldn't get out of their own fucking way. I mean, that's just terrible. David A., when a Scratch Ticket Thursday coming back. As soon as I'm done beating Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Soul Calibur 6, if there's time before the release of Kingdom Hearts 3, then you'll get some. If not, then after Kingdom Hearts 3. Eagle, what a shame. He was doing well this year. And Vaddix even commented on that. You were doing so good, too. Yes to anything that is cool, awesome. This is the part where people get suspicious. Come on now. Who in the hell would put their picks every single week, on time, always? Then just give up 8 gift cards. If I was a ref, I'd definitely blow the whistle, foul play. I don't think it's foul play, because if he had 8 gift cards coming to him, why wouldn't he just continue doing it? It doesn't make any sense. He fucked up. He responds, trust me, I put in picks for the rest of the weekend and take the loss on Chargers Chief if possible. I usually always fill out picks at work. I blame Eagles for killing my interest. I'm kicking myself. I wanted to switch game. I should have set alarms. Then he put in his picks for fun. Yes to anything that is cool, awesome. That's 8 gift cards for Mickey D's, man. We were talking triple cheeseburgers, Big Macs, McNuggets, McFlurry, McChicken. You have been cross-eyed going crazy. And then he responds, rubbing salt on a wound, my friend. Could ate real good. I'll be back next year. This sucks, lots of laughs. How do you do last week? I calculated I went 8-8. And then at Vadix, he says, thanks, man. You dedicated for sure. I had a panic attack after watching Mahomes' first touchdown and checking to make sure I had Chiefs. Yes to anything that is cool, awesome. Said he went 9-7 last week. He should be tied for second with only 1 game back from first going into week number 15. And Eagle says, good luck, man. I'll play on the side just to see if I had a shot. He's 133-75. Then, New Jersey Swag 27 Judge puts his picks in, and he says, fuck off. I'm putting my picks in. And here we go. Vatic says, NJ Swag 27 Judge, your picks mean shit, bitch. New Jersey Swag 27 Judge says, I don't care, bitch. Then he puts sunglasses emoji faces on there. And Vatic says, you're a fucking loser retard. And New Jersey Swag says, your words don't mean shit. Just stop trying to act like a tough-ass boy. Vatic says, laugh my ass off that you think I'm trying to act like a tough guy. This is the internet, fucker. I'm just telling your Down syndrome ass that your comments are garbage. New Jersey says, you have anger issues. I'll call a doctor for you. Vatic says, I'll call your mom and tell her that her 6-year-old is on her laptop without her permission. New Jersey says, call her then. Her number is 673-732-STOP commenting. You're being an annoying-ass person who doesn't know when to shut up. I'm done with this weak-ass shit. What else? What else is going on? Mclean, condolences to Mclovein and his family during this difficult time. It's especially difficult to lose a loved one during the holiday season. Carlos Ruiz says, condolences go out to Pat. And then he puts his picks in. Dan McLean, quick question for Andy, Vadix, or anyone that can answer. After our picks are submitted on Thursday night, are we allowed to change our pick for the Sunday or Monday night game in advance, or are all of our picks locked for the week? I haven't looked at these answers yet, but I'm going to see what they say. But the answer is no, because that gives you everybody the same advantage to be able to change their picks when people aren't going to look, whatever the case is. So that's why it's an immediate. They're locked as of Thursday night. Just because you hear something through the grapevine that somebody else might not, because they don't have the time or whatever the case is. So that gives you an unfair advantage, even though technically everybody has the same advantage, but we don't go that far. Let's see what the people say. Yes, anything that is cool, awesome. You can edit anything you want before kickoff Thursday night. You cannot edit anything after Thursday's kickoff, period. Once kickoff starts, it's a done deal. No if, buts, why, nothing, sit or added, boss. Hope that helped. You were right. Yes. Vadix99. No, I'm pretty sure Andy allowed you to edit your picks for games that haven't been kicked off yet. So say you wanted to change the Dolphins game, the Steelers game, or the 49ers game, for example. You should be allowed to do so because those are days in the future. I'm 80% sure he said this at one point. Yes to anything that is cool, awesome. Yeah, that was acceptable in past seasons. Not this season. Someone call Andy. Can't fucking believe the Chiefs are up 28-14 in fourth quarter, only lose by 1 point. Tissues, please, sir. Vadix says, I was going to pick the Chargers since they've had an amazing season. After Bears held the Rams to 6 points last week, I realized anything could happen, and Chargers winning seemed very possible. Split-second decision, and I went against my gut and picked the Chiefs. So Vadix answers, you're wrong. Yes, you're right. So Dan, hopefully that answered you. Amazement717 says, thoughts and prayers out to Pat, a.k.a. Mclovein and family. Hard to lose a family member, especially around the holiday season. Also, Andy, I had a similar situation to you at March Madness time. I was on phone when my team got beat with a buzzer beater, and I yelled out the F-bomb. My supervisor was pretty cool, so it didn't affect me, thankfully. I totally forgot for a second that he was on the other line, so the feeling is mutual. What else we got? Angus Johnson, anyone know what the standings are this week? I'm interested to see how close everyone is. If not, it's cool. It takes a lot of work to calculate the standings. Prayers up for Mclovein and his family, too. Yes to anything that is cool, awesome. You, sir, win the trophy, medal, and ring for victory. There will be a vid later with the standings. You can also call Andy's hotline at 1-800-825-3342 or 1-800-TALK-EDIC. Angus says, awesome. The last time I checked the previous standings, it was getting very close. It's going to come down to the wire. Now, Angus, you have no idea, probably because you didn't watch the entire video. And I said anybody that asked where the standings were in the beginning of the video and in the comments in the description box, I would eviscerate. Now, Angus, man, you got to watch the whole video because there were no standings in the video because I posted in the description box that there were no standings because of a malfunction. So please watch the videos. Joe Gile, okay, no, he just put his picks in. Miranda writes, put his picks in. J. Willie 413 says sympathy to Pat and his family. Matt Godfrey, prayers to Patrick. You got the prayer hands in there. Stephen Wolf puts his picks in, and Stephen Wolf says, respect to Patrick, sorry for his loss, and wish his family, friends, and everyone get better through this tough time. And Vatic says, you're still the same retard as usual. Steven says, Vadix99, I have had enough of this shit. I'm reporting you right now. Why the fuck you call me a retard, you piece of shit? I'm doing my picks as I want to, and I'm giving respect for Patrick. He was. CV Gunn says, boom, the Celtics win again. As a retaliation of my sarcastic nature, Celtics did win in overtime. But they almost blew the game, but then they lost the next two. So against a 14-14 Pistons team and a 7-24 Suns team. So there you go. There's your 2018-19 Celtics. RoboMoss put his picks in with some commentary. Only 2 games. He has Chargers. Mahomes a bit overrated, in my opinion. I disagree. And then Cardinals, no respect for Matty Water. And man, the what do you call it? Just the Falcons raped him. Yes to anything that is cool. Awesome says, I read the description. However, I still want to be roasted and eviscerated. Ha ha ha. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. And all the girls say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Quoting the Offspring pretty fly. And I could have done the whole Offspring deal, but one, I didn't realize what I was reading, and 2, I'm sick as hell, so you're not going to get that. RoboMoss, I know this is what everyone says, but it's true that hindsight is 20/20, and you can always say if you ended up losing that you should have done something different. Talking about the Pats Dolphins OFC. That being said, I also kind of lean towards maybe going for the touchdown would be better, but in that situation, either field goal or trying to score a touchdown are both reasonable options. And at that score and time and position, they shouldn't have lost either way. I think the biggest mistake was just Belichick leaving Gronk in as the safety, meaning he was expecting a Hail Mary when no way Tannehill was throwing the ball over 70 yards, so he should have put their best tackling safeties. Hell of a play, though. Matt Weeks also said, Rasul Douglas is a guy you were meaning to say on the Eagles that the ball bounced off of and went into Amari's hands for Cowboys to score game-winning touchdown in overtime. You're right. I meant Rasul Douglas. Vatic says, pulling for Mclovein to get through this tough time. Yes to anything that is cool, awesome. Another comment. Patrick and Andy, this is going to be very close towards the finish line. Have both of you thought what is going to happen if there's a 2 to 3-way tie? Please inform the crowd of what will occur if such a possibility comes to be true. Let's see what the responses were. Angus says, is the tiebreaker gift cards won or just random coin flip? Yes to anything that is cool, awesome. There is no random coin anything for tiebreakers. In case of weekly pick ties against Mclovein, nobody gets a gift card, period. What we don't know is if, in fact, there's a 2 to 3 more tie for overall record picks amongst the players' participants at the end of the regular season, which will happen. I'm sure the boss, a.k.a. Mclovein and Andy, will answer. Angus says, true, I knew the part about beating Mclovein. I'm just talking about overall record standings at the end of the season. So to answer your questions there, it's real easy. What happens is we go into the playoffs, and then you guys pick your playoff teams, and in the event, it's single elimination. So in the event it's still tied, it goes to the next round of playoff games, and so on. By the Super Bowl, if everybody is tied, we go to the Super Bowl winner, and if that's still tied, then we go to the points. So if you say, over 50, and if it's over 50, you got to give a prediction score because you both can take over 50, or one can take over 40, one can take over 50. So it's a prediction score at that point if it ever gets to that point. I think in season 1 or 2 it actually did get to that point, and CV Gunn ended up winning, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Yes to anything that is cool, awesome. My condolences go out to Patrick, all his family and friends. I wish you nothing but the best, sir. And then he also was the first to comment, he says. So, geez, Louise, there's a big difference in comments compared to last week. Let's go into the scores. We're going to the games this week, and we're going to go over the spread. The spread is, we both won 8-8 last week, me and Mclovein, so he's still a game up on me. He's 102-106. I am 101-101-6. And before we get into that, it's standings time. All right, guys, we're back. Here's the deal. Let's go into this week's games. Now, again, Mclovein sent me his picks for both the spread and his outright picks. So let's go into it. Saturday at 4:30, we have Washington 7-7, 4-3 on the road, going in to face Tennessee 8-6, 5-1 at home. Tennessee is favored by 10. Look, Washington's still in the hunt because Dallas lost, and Tennessee needs to win this game. I think Tennessee will win, but I think they're not going to cover. I'm going to take Washington plus the points. Let's see what Mclovein picked. He picked... What? Oh, whoopsie. That was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, he also picked Washington plus the points. So that's no brainer there. All right, 8:20 p.m. we have the Saturday night game. Baltimore 8-6, 3-4 on the road, going in to face the Chargers 11-3, 5-2 at home. Chargers are favored by 4. I'm taking the Chargers -4, and he's taking Baltimore +4. And Sunday's games, we have Cincinnati 6-8, 2-4 on the road, going in to face Cleveland 6-7-1, 4-2-1 at home. Cleveland favored by 8.5 over Cincinnati. I'm going to take Cincinnati plus the points, and he's clicking Cleveland -8.5. Good for him. All right, Tampa Bay 5-9, 1-6 on the road, going to face Dallas 8-6, 6-1 at home. There is no line on this game, but Mclovein has Dallas -6.5. I'm going to take Tampa +6.5. I think Tampa might win this game because Dallas, it's like the Titans. They're a Jekyll and Hyde team. Minnesota 7-6-1, 2-4-1 on the road, going to face Detroit 5-9, 3-4 at home. Minnesota favored by 6. Taking Minnie -6, and so is he. And we have the Giants 5-9, 3-4 on the road, going to face Indianapolis 8-6, 5-2 at home. Indy favored by 9.5. Taking the Giants plus the points, and he is also taking the Giants plus the points. We have Jacksonville 4-10, 1-5 on the road, going to face Miami 7-7, 6-1 at home. Miami favored by 3.5. Taking Miami, and so is he. Buffalo 5-9, 2-5 on the road, going in to face the Patriots 9-5, 6-0 at home. Pats favored by 13.5. I'm taking Buffalo plus the points, and he is taking the Pats -13.5. Packers 5-8-1, 0-7 on the road, going in to face the Jets 4-10, 2-5 at home. Green Bay favored by 2.5. Taking Green Bay, and he also is taking Green Bay. Houston 10-4, 5-2 on the road, going in to face Philadelphia 7-7, 4-3 at home. Philly favored by 2. I need Philly to win this game. All Pats fans need Philly to win. I'm taking Philly -2. He is taking Houston +2. Atlanta 5-9, 1-5 on the road, going in to face Carolina 6-8, 5-2 at home. Atlanta favored by 3. I'm taking Atlanta because Cam Newton ain't playing. He's taking Carolina +3. All right, then the 4:05 game. We have the Rams 11-3, 5-2 on the road, going in to face the Cardinals 3-11, 1-6 at home. There's no line on this game, but he has Arizona +15. I'm taking LA -15 then. If Arizona can get blown out by 24 to Minnesota, imagine what the Rams will do to them. Bears 10-4, 3-3 on the road, going to face 49ers 4-10, 4-3 at home. Bears favored by 4. Taking Chicago -4, and so is he. Then we have the 4:25 game. Steelers 8-5-1, 4-2-1 on the road, going in to face New Orleans 12-2, 5-1 at home. New Orleans favored by 6. Taking New Orleans -6. He is taking Pittsburgh +6. And we have the Chiefs Sunday night game 11-3, 5-2 on the road, going in to face Seattle 8-6, 4-2 at home. Chiefs favored by 2.5. Taking Kansas City. He's taking Seattle. And the Monday night's game, this is a doozy. Denver 6-8, 3-4 on the road, going in to face Oakland 3-11, 2-5 at home. Denver favored by 3. I'm taking Oakland, and he is taking Denver. All right, so we're going to go right on into our picks for the week with EDP, who won 11-5 last week. He beat us. Where's my phone? Oh, I have my phone right on me. All right, so as far as picks go, Mclovein has Tennessee, he has the Chargers, he has New England, he has Cleveland, he has Dallas, he has Indy, he has Miami, he has Green Bay, he has Houston, he has Carolina, the Rams, New Orleans, Chicago, Seattle, and Denver. All right. I'm going to pick, if we go up to the games here, let's see what we got. So we got Tennessee and Washington. I'm going to take Tennessee. Chargers, Ravens. I'm taking the Chargers as well. Bengals, Browns. I'm going to take Cleveland. Bucks, Cowboys. I'm taking Tampa. He's taking Dallas. Vikings, Lions. I'm going to take Minnesota. Did he pick that game? Did he miss that game? No, he hasn't. Did I miss that game? Obviously, I did. Cleveland, Minnesota, Indianapolis. Cleveland, Dallas, Minnesota. Yeah, I missed it. All right, so I'm also taking Minnesota. Giants, Colts. I'm going to take the Giants to win this game. Oh, no, excuse me. I'm going to take Indy to win, but I have the Giants covering. So there's that. Then we got Miami, Jacksonville. I'm taking Miami. Green Bay, I'm also taking Houston. I'm all Philly and Houston. I'm going to take Philly. I'm going to take Atlanta over Carolina. I'm going to take the Rams. I'm going to take the Saints. As far as the Bears and 49ers, I'm going to take Chicago. Seattle and he's taking Seattle to beat Kansas City. I'm taking Kansas City. And then Denver and Oakland, I'm taking Oakland. So let's call EDP445, who comes at us all the time with another video. Let's get him on the show. And as soon as I can find his number, here we go.
Andy, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm kind of sick this week, so we're doing a quick show. But I'm just going to grab your picks. I appreciate you being on.
No problem, man.
All right, so we got Washington going into Tennessee. Who do you got?
You said who now?
Washington going into Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah, me and Mclovein. Oh, by the way, you went 11-5 last week. You were number one between us.
Shit.
So good job there. Baltimore going into the face of the Chargers.
Chargers.
Yep, we both have that. New England, I have New England. Buffalo's facing New England. Who do you got?
Oh, excuse me. New England.
All right, so do we. Cincinnati goes to face Cleveland. Who do you got?
Cleveland.
Yep, we all have Cleveland. Tampa Bay goes in to face Dallas. Who do you got?
Tampa Bay.
I also have Tampa Bay. Mclovein is Dallas. I think Tampa's going to win this game. Minnesota. Hold on. He fucked up this whole thing. Where's the fucking deal? Vikings. Minnesota's going in to face Detroit.
Detroit.
Oh, boy. All right. Me and Mclovein have Minnesota. Then we got Giants going in to face the Colts.
Colts.
Yeah, we all have the Colts. Jacksonville going in to face Miami.
Miami.
Yeah, we all have Miami. Then we got Green Bay going in to face the Jets.
Green Bay and the Jets. Fuck it, I'm gonna take the Jets.
All right. Then we got, we all have, me and him have Green Bay, Mclovein. Then we got Philly and Houston. Houston going in to face the Eagles.
Houston.
All right, so Mclovein is Houston. I have Philly. I need you guys to win, because if you win and we win, we're now the number 2 seed, so I'm rooting for the Eagles definitely this week. Atlanta going in to face Carolina, and Cam Newton is not playing.
Atlanta.
Yep, I have Atlanta.
Who's Carolina's backup? Jimmy Clausen?
I'll check for you in a sec. Let's do this. Rams going in to face the Cardinals.
Who?
The Rams going in to face the Cardinals.
Cardinals. No, I'm taking the Rams, dude.
All right. Then we got the Saints. The Steelers going in to face the Saints.
Steelers.
Okay, me and Mclovein have New Orleans. Then we got Chicago going in to face San Francisco.
Chicago.
Yeah, we all have Chicago. Then we got Kansas City going in to face Seattle.
Fuck Seattle. I'm thinking Kansas City.
Yeah, Mclovein has Seattle. I don't know why, but me and you have Kansas City. And then the last game we have Oakland going in, or Denver going in to face Oakland.
Oakland.
Yeah, I have Oakland. He has Denver. Now, as far as Carolina's backup, let's quickly take a look. As soon as I can find the deal. Here we go.
Or is it Derek Anderson, I think it is?
I thought Derek Anderson was on the Bills. Remember they signed him? No, you ready for this? Kyle Allen. He's a rookie. And then Taylor Henneke, who's been in the league for 3 years, apparently.
Who the fuck is that other guy?
Kyle Allen or Taylor Henneke?
Fucking both of them. I've never even heard of those motherfuckers, dude.
Kyle Allen came out of Houston. He's a rookie. He obviously hasn't played at all. And the Panthers apparently cut a... Oh, that was 111 days ago. All right. So the Kyle Allen, I've never heard of him. Taylor Henneke I've never heard of, but Taylor Henneke came out of Old Dominion. This is his 4th year. They probably drafted him 4 years ago then. Taylor Henneke, in his career, he's 2 of 4. Excuse me. In his career, he's 3 of 5 for 56 yards, and that's it.
Damn.
So chances are he'll get the start, Taylor Henneke, and we'll see what happens.
Dude, real shit, before you go, man, you want to know what quarterback I always fucking beasted with on fucking Madden?
What's that, Vic?
I even have fucking, dude, I led this motherfucker like, I got like 5 Super Bowls with this motherfucker, dude. You remember that one quarterback? His name was Brody Croyle.
Brody Coyle?
Brody Croyle.
Never heard of him.
Picture.
Never heard of him.
Oh man, he's fucking gangster and shit. I'll send you a picture though.
Which Madden? Which version?
That was like Madden 10, I think.
What team did he play for?
He played for Kansas City, but I picked him up and put him on Philly. The guy was the ultimate fucking backup.
Huh. Brody Coyle. Wow. I wonder if Mclovein's ever heard of him. I'll ask him. All right, man. Hey, I appreciate you being on the show again. I'm fucking sick as fuck. I'm going back to bed, but the show must go on, as they say. So appreciate you being on here.
All right, man. Most definitely, man. I'll catch you later, bro. I hope you feel better.
All right. Thanks, dude.